welcome back to my channel, or welcome for the first time if you're a new viewer. I'm so happy you decided to check out my channel. So I'm a little late with this, but that's because I've been just pouring myself into making my 2018 spreads as great as they possibly can be, and I have finally finished them and I'm ready to share them with you guys. But before I do that, I wanted to briefly mention how this is going to be slightly different than my 2017 setup. In 2017, I had this as my bullet journal, so I did everything in here in my recollections planner. And if you want to do a flip through of all of these fabulous pages, please go ahead and check out that video. I already created it and I'll have it linked down below. And I'll be doing another video on how I bundle all of these up, since obviously they're no longer going to be in my recollections planner. So in 2017, in this stack of papers I have here, I put everything together. I had my planning, I had my calendar layouts, my to-do list, and my journaling all in one. But really the only bullet journal aspect of 2017 was the beginning of the month, when I would set up the calendar and the to-do list, trackers, whatever. And then I wouldn't really do anything with them for the entire month. I wouldn't do weekly spreads or anything like that for the most part. And then I would just do journaling every now and then in these pages. And so I wasn't really doing a bullet journal so much as a normal journal. And for 2018, my goal is to split them up. And so in my recollections ring binder, I'm going to be doing a full-on bullet journal model. And then in this new traveler's notebook I have, this was actually a gift from one of you guys. Terica, thank you so much for this beauty. I am absolutely in love with it, and I'm just so excited to use it throughout this year. And I just think that the traveler's notebook system is going to make a lot more sense for my memory journaling, if you will, as opposed to like bullet journal planning. And so I've already started journaling in here, so you can see that, and I will do a monthly review of this every month. And I'm actually planning on journaling every single day. I'm doing a daily journaling challenge that I created for myself, and I'm using the hashtag #myabidingjournal so that you guys can follow along with my daily journaling. And then, like I said, I'll share with you guys my journaling at the end of every month. And of course, I'll do journal with me's throughout the month as well. Basically, what I'm saying is my memory keeping is going to be separate from my bullet journal planning system. So this is something you're going to see a lot more of, but this video is all about this baby. So without further ado, let's hop right into my 2018 setup. So I have my little shaker here in the front, and this is my rose stained glass shaker. And I make these, so if you're interested, I have these in my Etsy shop, linked down below. And I also do custom ones, so if you have an idea for a shaker, just let me know and I'd be happy to work with you on that. So then I have a little intro thing, make today count. I always like to have a introduction page for the new year, so I just did a 2018 and then did this cool little frame of different drawn flowers, and I just used my Faber-Castell Pit Artist pen to do all of these flowers around the border. And a lot of these flowers ideas I got from Botanical Line Drawing by Peggy Dean, and I have a whole video reviewing this book, and I'll also link the book down below. So you guys can check out the review on this, but basically I really like the book and it helps give me ideas for drawing flowers and leaves and things, and that is how I created this. And then I get into my year at a glance, and so once again I kept with the just black and white and gray scale flower layout, and then I have all of my months, and then I have a little box at the bottom of those months where I can write important dates or holidays, whatever it is. And then I have my goals page, so this says make it happen, and I did the flowers again, keeping with that theme. And I broke my goals into 4 different categories. So I have health, finances, self, and business. And I just tried to brainstorm a lot of different goals in each of those categories, trying to be realistic, but also trying to be idealistic in the fact that I, want to strive and push myself, but I also want it to be possible for me to check these off at the end of the year. So I think I did a pretty good job at that, so we'll see. If you guys want me to do a whole video on my 2018 goals, let me know in the comments. And then we get into my all-time favorite spreads. As you guys know, my favorite spreads are always my book-related spreads. And so I put the most effort into this one, and I just drew this adorable little bookcase. Let me hold it up for you guys. How cute is that? So I did this with my Prima watercolors. So I used these watercolors just directly on the Malika, I think it is, paper that I use in my Recollections binder, which I will also link the paper down below. And it holds it really well, so I didn't really have any problems with using this paper and the watercolor on it. So I just drew this really cute bookshelf and then wrote 2018 favorites with 5 little lines to write my favorite books of the year. And then I have books and pages, so I'll write how many books I read this year and how many pages I read in 2018. And then at the top I have the quote, "What is a bookshelf other than a treasure chest for a curious mind?" And so I just absolutely adore this page, and I can't wait to see it all filled out at the end of the year. And then this one I really can't wait to see when it's all filled out, and this is the books I read in 2018. My goal is to read 30 books. I have 31 spots here though. I don't know, I just can't count, I guess. But I have 31 spots for different books, and basically my plan is that each of these little squares I'm going to just pencil in the name of the book that I read, and then at the end I will print out, so that way I'm not wasting paper, I'll print out a whole sheet with little, I think these are 1 by 1.5 inch or 1.25 inch photos of the book covers, and then I'm just going to paste those on here so that I can visually see all of the books I read. And then I just love the decor of this page. I used this really fun washi I got with the books on it, and then it has different sayings on it like "so many books, not enough bookshelves, book club, well-read woman." So cute. And I got this washi tape from Michaels. I also have these adorable little pop-ups, so you can see I made this really cute little pop-up scene of a little living room with like the cat in the window and the little like tea. And you can see that they come off the page, so it gives it a really cool 3D effect. And I actually just cut these out of my Flow book. So these pop-ups actually all came in this Flow book for paper lovers, which I talked about in my Christmas gift haul. And if you haven't checked that out, I'll have it linked down below. But this book is so cool, guys, and I just think it made for the most cutest books I read page ever. So then we move into a much simpler page, which is a let's go to the movies page. I just used my Tombow brush pens for this page, and then these 2 little stickers, I think because I messed up here. So I had to like cover it up and make it look like it was on purpose. So it just says let's go to the movies, and then each of these squares is where I will put a movie ticket. My next page is a new one for me, and this is a year in photos. So I thought it would be really fun to pick a photo from every month that I feel represents that month very well and put it in here. And these are 2 inch by 2 inch little boxes that I made where I'll put the photos. And then what I did is I just drew a little line and then put some yellow dots on it to make it look like fairy lights, and then drew little clips. So that way it looks like they are photos on a line. And then of course I just wrote the months under each one. And so I'm excited to see what this page will look like too when it's all said and done. This is another page that's new for me, but obviously is very big in the bullet journal community, and that is the year in pixels. If you haven't heard of it, basically the idea is that you write the days 1 through 31 and then a letter for each month at the top. And then each day you record your mood and you use a color to represent it. So for example, I have amazing, fantastic day, happy, good day. And then I have this little dot at the bottom that says, oh, that explains it. And that is going to be where I write down whether or not it is that time of the month. You know what I mean. And so I'm going to put that little dot when it is that time of the month. And that way I can kind of see if it coordinates with my mood, which if experience tells me anything, I'm pretty sure that's going to be the case. And so you can see I've already filled in all of the days thus far in January, and already it's like really fun to look at, so I can't wait to see what it looks like when the whole thing is filled in. So hopefully I keep up with my year in pixels. And then my next page is just a filler page, kind of to break things up, and that is just a page that's all about motivation. And so I just have all of these fun stickers that are directly from my Create 365 quotes book. I love this sticker book so much, guys. I go to this all the time in my planning and in my journaling. I just love it so much. And then on the back of that, I have this fun, colorful spread. So in order to make sure I'm meeting my goals this year, it's really important to me that I set up a plan to achieve that. And so what I've done is I've kind of mapped out my Monday through Friday ideal week. And while I don't expect myself to keep to this perfectly, it is a really nice base to kind of go off of when I'm planning out my weeks and trying to figure out what is the best use of my time. And so I have set up Monday through Friday, and then 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. with the idea that I'm going to wake up at 6 and go to bed at 10 every night. And so what I've done is I put my AM hours and my PM hours that I'm available when I'm not working. So I have my full-time job, which is an 8:30 to 5 p.m. job. And so I just put that in here as like a little bar that says work, and then I have time on either side of that. So in the morning, it's mostly me getting ready for the day, and then I gave myself an hour and a half to do something productive. So on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, that productive activity is going to be writing. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, it's going to be YouTube related. Mondays and Wednesdays are going to be days that I hopefully film and edit videos. Then I want Tuesdays and Thursday mornings to be when I create the thumbnail, create the description, and set the time that I want it scheduled to post. And then you can see every day I have walking my dog, I have getting ready for bed starting at 9, and then I have this little line here that says no more phone past 9 o'clock. That's something I really want to stick to this year, is just taking my phone away from me past a certain time at night. Not only does it make me not productive because I end up just scrolling through Instagram, but it also just isn't good for you in terms of sleep to be on your phone late at night before bed. And in that time, I'm going to get ready for bed and give myself 30 minutes to read. And then every night starting at around 8:30, I plan on doing my journaling entry and then taking the photo as well. So I'll give myself about a half an hour for that. And then Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, I have an hour for business related things, whether that be my lip sense business or Etsy, whatever it may be. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm going to include some exercise in my weeks. And then Fridays after work, I just have do something fun, you deserve it, and of course, make sure I get my journal entry in. So that is kind of my ideal setup for the week, and I highly recommend doing a page like this, guys. I think this is going to be so helpful to just keep me on track. So some other pages to keep me on track include a writing log, and for this, I just made this cute little journaling card. So I already had this adorable journaling card from Studio Calico, and then I actually messed up writing the quote that I wanted the first time on the card, but it ended up being better anyways because I just cut this really cute paper that has this really worn looking effect and wrote the quote on that instead, and I like the way it looks even better. And that quote is, "I'm writing a first draft and reminding myself that I'm simply shoveling sand into a box so that later I can build castles." And I desperately need that quote in mind when I'm writing, so I love having that here, especially with that little teacup. And then my writing log is really simple. It says, "A year from now you will wish you had started today." So true. I've already feel that way about last year. And then I just have the date, start and end, so what time I'm starting and what time I'm ending, and then the word count. And then that continues on to the back as well. And then I have a YouTube tracker, and so I just drew this cute little potted plant, and each petal represents a certain milestone that I'm trying to hit. So I already hit 5,000 subscribers, so thank you guys, you're awesome. But my goal for this year is 25,000, which I know is a little extreme, but I'm hoping that together we can reach it. So make sure if you like my videos that you're subscribing and that you are sharing my channel with others who you think would also be interested in it. And then each month I'm going to write my subscriber count at the end of that month. And then I have an Instagram tracker, and so I just wrote out IG in big block letters to represent Instagram, and then I broke up the I into some smaller milestones that I want to hit. And then the G just represents 5K, which is the big milestone I want to hit, which I'm also far off from, and I'm a lot less certain of hitting this one than I am the YouTube one. So if you guys want to help me out, be sure to go and follow me on Instagram. And then my next spread is my video ideas for YouTube, and I just used 2 journaling cards to create kind of a little door flap. And then on the inside I have sticky notes, and so the idea is that I will write down my ideas on the sticky notes, and then when those ideas are accomplished, I can take off the sticky note and put a new one down. And then I like the idea of having them covered, so that way if I'm just flipping through my journal and there are ideas in there that I don't want people to know yet, that way they are covered. So that's that spread. And then I have a YouTube revenue spread, but I'm not positive yet how I want to set this up, so it basically is just Tombow brush marker title at the top for now. And then my last one, guys, is for my lip sense income. So in October I started selling lip sense, so I cut out this little paper here to write my expenses, and then I have this page behind it for my income. And so I'm really excited about getting this business really off the ground. So it would be a huge help, guys, if you're at all interested in makeup or skincare, which should be everybody because skincare at least is super important. Then please go and check out Abiding Beauty Cosmetics Facebook group. I would love for you guys to join and be a part of our little community. I do discounts and things like that all the time, and I would just love for you to check it out. So I will have that link down below. It's just another way for us to connect to each other, so I really hope that you will consider joining that group as well. And that is all of my spreads, guys, for 2018 so far. So I'm really excited about everything I've created, and I know that I have more ideas for different collections and stuff I want to have in here, but for now I think this is a really good start. And so hopefully you guys enjoyed walking through this with me. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment. What's your favorite spread that you created for 2018? And what is your #1 2018 goal? So let me know that in the comments. And one of my biggest goals this year is to create a ton more YouTube content, so please be sure to let me know what videos you would like to see from me next. I'm so happy to be a part of this community. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see you in my next one. Thank you for watching. Bye!